Hello everybody, this is Monty with Flowers by the Bunch. So today I have an order for 2 arrangements to go out for some roommates here at the college. They have just gone through recruitment for sororities, and so these 2 arrangements are going to be in sorority colors, but they're roommates and they wanted matching arrangements. So when doing matching arrangements, we always just do them together. There's no need in making one and then making another. So I am just going to show you how we're going to make 2 arrangements, okay? So I'm going to start out. This is what we call a bubble bowl. We sell a lot of these short compact arrangements. They're just a great fun arrangement. So I am going to take a hydrangea. I'm removing all of the foliage. I'm going to take my knife and cut it at an angle and dip that hydrangea in a quick dip. And then I'm dropping it right in the base. And actually it's not quite short enough, so I'm going to take my knife and cut it again and dip it again. And now that hydrangea is just sitting on the lip of that container. Now I like when we're making an order, if we have enough time, I like to do 2 arrangements at a time. Go ahead and do cookie cutter arrangements. Make one to go out on delivery and one to stick in the cooler. And then you don't have to take your time to make all the flowers for the cooler. You've already made them as you've made all the orders for the day. And I think that saves time. We don't always do it that way, but sometimes it's nice if you have the time to do it. So I started with one white hydrangea. Next I'm going to come in with a really pretty yellow sunflower, and I just cut that stem at an angle and I'm just tucking that sunflower right in. So the sororities, these girls are roommates and they both went with Chi Omega sorority, and Chi Omega, their colors are yellow and red. And so that's why we're going to use some yellows and reds in this pretty arrangement. Next, these are little heart roses, so I am taking these guard petals and removing those. It's just a really pretty deep red rose. And so I'm going to take that and cut that short and tuck that right into that arrangement. Often you'll see me wire my roses. When I cut them this short, I don't wire them. I don't have to worry about their little heads dipping really. And so I don't usually wire them when they're this length. Cut that a little shorter. I always recommend when cutting flowers, when arranging your flowers, I always recommend not cutting too much off the stem. Always be careful not to cut it too short. You can always cut more off, but you can't add more to the stem. So always be careful when cutting that flower. And of course these are short anyway, so it's okay that they're short. But, okay, so there's my sunflower, my red roses, and the base of my hydrangea. I'm going to take a little bit of solidago, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop the top right out of that stem and tuck that in, and then I'm going to use the individual little pieces of solidago and tuck them all the way through. So I'm going to take those, and then this is a pretty short piece. It's such a full piece of filler flower. All right, so look at it. That's one stem of solidago, but look how full of filler it has made this one arrangement. That's just one stem, so that's crazy, right? So I'm going to take another stem for the other arrangement. I like to just pop the tip or the top out of that filler, tuck that right in. It's always nice when you have a really full, nice piece of filler. You get to use it throughout the arrangement. All right, next I'm gonna come in with some mini calla lilies. We got in some beautiful yellow callas. Mini callas come in lots of pretty colors. They come in white like a standard calla lily, but they also come in pretty colors. And so we got in these really pretty yellow mini callas. So I'm going to take a couple stems of those and tuck them right down in that arrangement. Oh, callas are so fun, I think. They're a fun, pretty little flower. It's so funny, as I've gotten older, flowers that I didn't used to just love, I've got to where I really like those. Flowers grow on you after a while, I think. Okay, or certain varieties do. This is a green trick dianthus. It's in the carnation family, and it's just really a little fun flower. They remind me a lot of Dr. Seuss trees. So I'm going to use a couple of those in just because it's a neutral color, and I just think it's just fun in this little arrangement. Okay, next I'm going to come in with my foliage. So I've got all my flowers in place, and next I'm going to come in with my foliage. So I have, this is called an aspidistra leaf. And so what I'm going to do with this leaf is I'm going to take it and I'm going to use its little stem. I'm going to push it that stem right through the leaf, right here in this vein area, okay? So if you look at the leaf, it's got a pretty prominent vein that runs all the way down the center of that leaf. I just pressed that stem right into the leaf to make a fun little loop. Now what I'm going to do is take my knife, cut that stem, and I'm just going to tuck that fun little loop right down into that arrangement. And I've already made another one, another loop that is. Tuck that one right down in. And it just kind of gives some interest to the arrangement. It's just fun. And then I also have this is called sword fern, so I have a couple of fronds of sword fern. I'm just going to tuck that in. To me, I like foliage. I like pretty greenery, and I think it adds such pretty interest to an arrangement. So I'm going to tuck that in. And then lastly, I brought some leather leaf, but I don't think I need it. I think we are fine with our couple of stems. This is Aurelia foliage. Kind of a pretty tropical leaf, I think. I'm going to tuck that in. I usually lift up my flower and just tuck that Aurelia leaf just kind of deep down into the base, just to give us some fun interest to that arrangement. And then lastly, I am going to add just a touch of ribbon to this vase. Because this is for a sorority, I wanted to add a little bit of the sorority ribbon to the arrangements. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. Set this over to the side. All right, so this is Chi Omega ribbon, and it's printed with their letters. So all I'm going to do with this ribbon is I'm just going to make a couple of loops of the Chi Omega ribbon. So I'm going to just make a couple loops. Oh, and do you have a pair of scissors right there, baby? Of course I came to my workstation without any scissors. I'm so bad to walk away, to pick them up and walk away with them, which is terrible, right? Thank you, Ruben. Thank you, sir. Okay, so I made 2 loops of that Chi ribbon, and then I'm going to do 2 loops of the yellow ribbon also. Okay, so there's my bow. I'm going to take just a piece of forest wire, and I am twisting that bow, and I'm going to put that on just a little wooden pick. But you see, quite honestly, it didn't take any more time to make 2 arrangements than it would have 1. I just tucked my little Kayo ribbon right down in the arrangement, and now I'm going to do it for the second arrangement. All right, and there we have it. There are our 2 little arrangements to go out on delivery. Guys, thank you so much for being here with us this afternoon. If you like these videos, please be sure to subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions, drop those questions down in the comments. We're happy to answer them if we can. Guys, y'all have a happy afternoon, and we'll see you really soon.